started at and where we are now, just to help us get all on the same page from the last meeting. So we started on October 8th when we cut over the law enforcement personnel to the new system. The 9th through the 11th that week, we started getting reports of low audio and dropped audio from the Youngsville area. On the 13th, Harris was notified of the continuous audio problems that were occurring in Youngsville. The 15th, they began pulling logs and forwarding over to the engineers. And then on the 17th, we started getting reports of the dropped audio in other areas of the county as well. At that point, Harris opened up a ticket with their TAC, and logs were starting to be pulled and forwarded back and forth. On the 23rd, they escalated the issue to what they call the Harris Tiger Team, which they mentioned last time, which is the best of Harris to deal with problems and issues. That team meets every day at 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. The logs provided up to that point showed that the voice packets being delivered through the system had intermittent delays with them that could cause the audio to drop out. On that same day, we notified Harris that we were seeing alarms on the microwave network, that system that sends the traffic around between the towers, and they opened up a ticket with Aviat Tech. So on the 26th, they made a configuration change on the router. And on the 28th, we were still experiencing some dropped audio, however not as frequent as it was prior to that router configuration change. On November 1st, the Aviat TAC recommended upgrading the Provision server. This is kind of two issues going at the same time. So you got the dropped audio and then the microwave issues going on at the same time. On November 6th, in the very early morning hours, we replaced the router at the control point, which is the main router for the entire system. They took logs for the next 3 days, and there were no more dropped audio calls after that. So the router seemed to have sealed that issue off. On November the 8th, the Aviat TAC remotely upgraded the Provision server. We were advised that the software in the server was not compatible with the software in the radio, so they needed to upgrade the server and that it should clear out most of these alarms. However, it did not clear them out as they expected. And then on the 9th, for my request prior to doing the upgrade, they sent a technician out to attempt to clear these alarms and to visit the Hosley Far site that had an alarm up there. He was unable to resolve any of that, so they pulled some files and they sent them to their developers in New Zealand. And then on the 13th, we met with the sheriff and all the police chiefs just to get some feedback from them since we changed out the router, see if anything was improving. We're still getting reports of numerous problems and hearing and talking on the system around Youngsville. On the 14th, we went ahead and cut over Public Works onto the new system to add more load to the system to be sure that the dropped audio issue wouldn't come back by adding more users onto that system. And then that same day, I requested that the antennas be swept in order to check for damaged antenna, especially at the 911 center following the lightning strike. On the 15th, Aviat sent another technician, and he went out to the Hosley Far site. He was able to clear that alarm out up there, but he discovered that there's grounding issues as far as the battery packs and power packs at each site that have to be addressed and rectified. He also sat down with me and we went through several issues and concerns that I had, and he shared those concerns. All of those have been documented and sent to a report to Aviat, and I should be forwarded a copy of that tomorrow. On the 16th, they came out to do some remote troubleshooting and checking on the timing of the system. Harris had them come out and do that. And through doing that, they identified a possible antenna or line problem at Franklinton at that time. So today, we had a lot of reports of audio issues during the weekend that we've been working on today. Piedmont Communications came out today and replaced one of the transmit antennas at the Franklinton site that was showing less wattage than the other antennas, and checked the other antennas and verified that they're functioning correctly. There's a lot of garbled audio still going on in the northeast part of the county. That was as of this morning. I witnessed that myself. And we've had reports of that all day. And all day, well, most of the afternoon, we've had a technician from Communications International out troubleshooting and working on different items, and he will continue that tomorrow. We did make a few slight changes right before we left to come over here to hopefully improve the garbled audio in the northeast part of the county. So that's where we are so far, and we have the Harris folks here, and there's a gentleman from Ivy out here also, if you have any questions, concerns that you'd like to talk to them about.